Welcome back to another Los Angeles Angels franchise video with the two idiots. In this episode, we're going to see if we can sign our last two draft picks and see how our draft picks stack up. So after yet another disappointing series, we go on the road, head to Texas, and the Rangers are tied with us at the bottom of the division, both at 50 and 52. So this is a defining series right now. 4 games against Texas.
Yes.
And we started off right with a 4-0 victory.
Awesome.
7 hits on the day, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. 2 home runs from Royce Lewis. 4 RBIs from Royce Lewis. Stolen bases from Dubon and Wynn.
It's awesome to see Royce Lewis continue the home run derby championship.
Oh, he's going to carry that trophy all the way to the end of the season.
And on the mound, Luis Garcia had a phenomenal game. Win number 5 on the year. So if you just look at on paper stats right now, Garcia has been performing incredibly well, but it's clear that the offense has not been consistently behind him. He probably should have more wins than that. But today he went 7 2/3, allowing 6 hits, no earned runs, only a single walk, and he struck out 5. His ERA improves down to 2.49. Just an incredible season for Garcia. Hans Kraus comes in and gets 4 outs for his total, one of them via the strikeout, but after that it's clean, and his ERA is now down to a 4.61. He's been slowly putting in good work to decrease that ERA.
So we started the series off against Texas in the right way. We got to keep that going. Positivity all the way through. Daniel Espino versus Kumar Rocker.
Oh my gosh, we did it again.
5-0 victory. 5 hits on the day, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. A double from Royce Lewis, a home run from Royce Lewis, 5 RBIs from Royce Lewis. That's 9 RBIs in 2 games. He has won both games for us.
Yeah, 9 RBIs and 3 home runs. This is the Royce Lewis show, and I'm glad that I bought season tickets. Daniel Espino on the mound gets win number 12. After seeing what happened last game, he says, you know what, I can do that too. He goes 8 innings pitched with only 4 hits allowed. He walked 3 guys and only struck out 2, but had everything firmly under control for almost the entire game. His ERA dangerously close to dropping into 3s now, a 4.01 off of this phenomenal day of pitching. Hunter Gaddis comes in for the final inning and in the shutout. No save today, but he gets a clean inning of relief with 1 strikeout to lower his ERA to 2.64, and that is an excellent start. 2 shutouts to begin this series, and we will now either take it or split it, depending on the results of the next 2.
So with a dominating performance from Royce Lewis and our pitching staff, we have 2 games taken in this 4-game series, both shutouts. Let's just keep it going. Yarlin Susana still hunting for win number 1. We're going against Shane Baz.
Oh my goodness.
We hammered them 14-1.
Fireworks on display for Susana's first win.
Man, 15 hits, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. Doubles from Lawrence Butler, Travis Bazzana, and Kyron Paris. A triple from Travis Bazzana. Another Royce Lewis home run. 1 from Lawrence Butler, 1 from Brady House, and 1 from Kyron Paris. RBIs on the day. 3 from Royce Lewis, 2 from Lawrence Butler, 1 from Brady House, 3 from Travis Bazzana, 2 from Dalton Rushing, and 3 from Kyron Paris. What a fucking display.
Wow.
Stolen base from Nolan Shawnoel. Caught stealing Lawrence Butler and Jason Dominguez.
And for the first win of his young career, Yarlin Susana goes 8 innings pitched with only 2 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Unbelievable. And his ERA is at a 3.04 now. I know it's limited because he has not been up here for very long on the major league level, but he is slowly putting together an incredible debut season. Hans Kraus comes in again for an inning of relief. No save, no win for him. He allowed 1 hit and got 2 strikeouts, and his ERA, as I said, slowly coming back down, now at 4.52.
With the series firmly in hand after the 3 dominating games, we look to sweep Texas and maybe finally put some distance between us and the actual basement of this division. Rhett Lauder versus Brady Singer. And unfortunately, the Texas Rangers avoid the sweep but we're still competitive. 3-4 loss. We only had 6 hits today, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. I think that's probably what hurt us the most. We had doubles from Brady House and Chase DeLauder, a home run from Jason Dominguez. So the RBIs in the days to Dubon and 2 for Jason Dominguez. And that's it. No errors, though. That's another good positivity sign to take from this.
Yeah, no errors. That's nice. Rhett Lauder does get loss number 6 on the year despite his quality start. He goes 6 innings pitched with only 3 hits allowed. There was 3 earned runs, so that's a problem, but no walks, 5 strikeouts. And then Hunter Gaddis comes in for 2 innings of relief, allowing a hit and an earned run. And his ERA is now up to 2.70, but still performing very well so far this year. Only 4 hits allowed between Lauder and Gaddis, but that's enough for the Texas Rangers to avoid the sweep. Well, and from one Texas team to another as we enter a series with the Houston Astros, as they are 60-48, putting together a good campaign, and we are now back at 500 even. After a couple tough series losses, we then take 3 out of 4 against the Rangers to improve our record back up, and now we're floating right on that line one more time. A 3-game series before we come back home to host the Athletics. Let's see what Gavin Stone can do against Christian Javier and the Houston Astros. Oh, but first, the Tigers acquire Yuri Perez from the Marlins, and in order to get him, that young promising pitcher, they have to give up Nakamura, Clark, and Montalvo. Lots of younger guys. I don't know about their potential, but that looks like a prospect farm trade right there for Yuri Perez.
Wow, that is a pretty big deal.
That is a big-time trade. And a 3-1 victory. Gavin Stone takes it today. That's awesome. Good way to bounce back. Let's see if we can take 2 series against Texas, the entire state.
I'm noticing a worrying trend. Tom Gregg is at a lot of offers, and his average is down to 233.
Yeah.
You might need to take Tom Gregg at a leadoff spot.
Maybe.
But on the day, we ended up with 9 hits, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, doubles from Mason Wynn and Dalton Rushing, RBIs, 2 of those from Mason Wynn and 1 from Chase DeLauder. And unfortunately, the errors have come back, and one error, unfortunately, was Lawrence Butler.
Dalton Rushing stealing a base is pretty funny, though. I like that.
Yeah, that is true. I kind of glazed over that. I guess I was disappointed by the Butler error, and I didn't read out the Dalton Rushing stolen base, but that is awesome.
That's okay. I just wanted to give him his flowers for a second. When you got a catcher stealing bases, that's notable for sure. All right, so on the mound, Gavin Stone gets win number 7 off of a quality start, and it was very good. 6 innings pitched, only 4 hits allowed, 1 earned run, and a single walk, as well as 3 strikeouts. Ben Joyce and Jose Quijada come in for an inning behind him. They each get holds up into the 20s now for both of those guys. And then Justin Martinez, who we haven't seen play in quite a bit due to all the blowouts, gets save number 28 off of an inning and 2 strikeouts. So he is back to his regular form, it would appear. Next up for Game 2 is Luis Garcia, who has been really, really hot lately, and he will go against Hayden Wesneski. That's a fun name to play. He's got an ERA of 3.7 off of 104 innings pitched with 71 strikeouts, so not a huge strikeout threat. Coincidentally, every time that I make that comment, we get, double digits and we flail and suddenly don't know how to hit, so hopefully that's not the case, and I didn't give us the strikeout curse in Game 2. Well, it's a loss, but how did it happen?
Well, we had 10 hits on the day, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts.
Okay, it wasn't me.
No. Royce Lewis with the home run. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Royce Lewis had 2 RBIs, 1 from Jason Dominguez and 1 from Travis Bazzana, and another fielding error by Nolan Shaw-Noel, stolen base from Lawrence Butler.
I don't know what Nolan's deal is. And that's another one. He cost us the game on errors again. Luis Garcia went 5 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs, but only 1 of them earned. And that was a 1-run loss for us. So if you take out those 2 unearned runs, actually there's another one even for Ben Joyce, but it looks like that was probably extras. Yes, I think the math works out there to where he was pitching into the 10th and he allowed that ghost runner to come in. So anyways, if we had not had those 2 runs come through off of the error from Nolan Shaw-Noel, once again, we would have won this game. That's 2 losses within the last week and a half or so of playing games. I don't remember how long ago the previous one was, but it's very close succession that Nolan has cost us 2 wins. And unfortunately, Garcia does not get credited with a win today. Hunter Gaddis gets a hold off of 2 great innings. Quijada gets a blown save, allowing an earned run off of 3 hits. And then Ben Joyce takes the loss for the extra inning runner. But ultimately, it's Nolan once again. And it's time to salvage a series win if we can. Daniel Espino on the mound is going to be our last hope here against Dylan Cease, pitching for the Houston Astros and pitching well. 125 innings pitched, 132 strikeouts with a 3.45 ERA. Dylan Cease, ultra dangerous at all times. And here in Game 3, we'll see if Espino can topple him. Yes!
We take the win with 6 hits, 5 walks, and 8 strikeouts. We had a double from Royce Lewis and Kyron Paris, a home run from Nolan Shawnoel, RBIs in the day, Royce Lewis with 2 and Nolan Shawnoel with 2. Stolen bases from Tom Gregg and Mauricio Dupont.
Not too bad, not too bad. Espino with a quality start gets win number 13 on the year. He is really, really getting some good results so far. 6 hits allowed, 2 earned runs, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. His ERA is now under 4. Ben Joyce gets hold number 21 off of a clean inning with a strikeout. Hans Kraus comes in for an inning and has another good one. 4.44 for his ERA. I am on ERA watch with Hans Kraus right now because I like when we can see them put together a good string or series, or month of baseball, whatever, and we see that ERA. It's slow work, but I like watching it happen. Justin Martinez comes in for another save situation and picks up number 29. He did walk 2 batters in the inning that he played, though. No hits, no strikeouts, so he got him the hard way, but he does it to get save 29 and lower his ERA back down to 2.32. All right, it's been a positive run so far. We have taken both series against Texas teams. Only 2 losses out of the 7-game stretch right now. And that's a pretty good thing for us as we have crested the 500 mark one more time. Now going against division rivals, the Athletics of no particular city. They are doing well, though, near the top of the division right now, battling it out with the Astros. They're 60-49. So it's going to be tough, I think. They've been playing well all year. And we're going to see if Yarlin Susanna can pick up win number 2 off of his hot streak. He will be facing DL Hall, who has put together a really good year for the Athletics. Bah!
So after seeing the loss happen, we'll see how it plays out. And it was 6 hits on the day, 5 walks, and 9 strikeouts. Not good. And Tom Gregg with another 0 for day.
Well, he's leading off again, and we had just looked at the lineups to make sure that he was not actually supposed to lead off, according to us. But the manager has been leading off Tom Gregg. That's not us.
Why?
I don't know.
No, stupid manager. Doubles on the day. Doubles on the day was Travis Bazzana. Home run, Royce Lewis and Mason Wynn. RBIs, Royce Lewis, Mason Wynn, and Dalton Rushing. A stolen base from Nolan Shawnoel, and a caught stealing was Chase DeLauder.
Yeah. And Chase DeLauder, we had just, as I mentioned, we were looking at the lineups. We put in Chase DeLauder versus righties and replaced Lawrence Butler. We wanted to ice him for just a little bit. He was averaging 219 so far on the year, so he's definitely been cold. DeLauder off of the bench has performed to a similar degree, but just trying to make a change where we can. It feels low risk because Butler has not been doing very well. Dominguez also with a 219 average matches Lawrence Butler. So there was thoughts for a moment of DeLauder for one or the other. It might end up being both if it's productive for us. It gives DeLauder a chance. It gives Butler a break and maybe a little bit of a wake-up call like, hey, you're not going to play every day if you don't play to at least an acceptable degree. So we've got DeLauder in, and he was caught stealing today, but that's been the change. On the mound, Yarlin Susanna has a little bit of a tougher day. Not a bad start by any means, really. He goes 4 2/3, allowing 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Perfectly acceptable. No real problems there, I would say. I'd like to get another inning out of him, of course, but he does just fine. Victor Gonzalez comes in for a really good stretch of 4 outs, everything in play. Jose Quijada comes in for an inning, giving up a walk and a hit, but he strikes out too and ultimately gets out of his inning clean with no earned run against him. Hunter Gaddis, though, however, has a meltdown on the mound. He goes an inning and 2/3, allowing 5 hits, a walk, 3 earned runs, and only getting 1 strikeout. So it's the worst game that we've seen from Hunter Gaddis in quite some time. Hans Kraus is actually called in to get the final out of the game. He gives up a hit, no runs, though, and he does ultimately get the out to close the game. Tougher start to this 4-game stretch as we're hosting the Athletics into the end of the month of July here, and Rhett Lauder gets to start in Game 2 as we are back to 500 after that loss, and he's going against Luis Severino, who has 12 losses on the year. He's got 115 innings pitched with 78 strikeouts and a 4.77 ERA, so he has not been doing very well, and it looks like the offense decides to do bad on his days as well. Let's see if we can support Rhett Lauder to victory number 9. The Tigers are knocking on the door, and they want Tom Gregg, I think. Bah!
No, they want Justin Martinez.
Of course they do. He's a hot commodity these days off of his all-star designation. And they're putting up Carter Jensen, the catcher, and Kevin Campos, the right fielder. I already would say no, but let's at least look at what they're offering so we can tell how much we're supposed to be laughing at this. All right, Carter Jensen is a actual decent catching prospect. At 23 years old, the bat is quite a ways away, but as a catcher defensively, he's good enough to be a major league catcher at this point. Campos way down there. Oh my gosh, a 48 overall, see potential 22-year-old. Absolutely worthless. No.
I don't know how they think that's even remotely close
No.
to a legitimate trade.
No, the Yankees got one of my favorite players, Stephen Kwan.
No way.
Oh, I don't like that at all. Oh, I really don't like it. And the Guardians will pick up a prospect haul, it looks like. Everson Pereira, or Pieta, I'm not sure on the pronunciation. Sometimes those are a little funky for me. But a center fielder who's 25 years old at a 71 overall looks to be almost ready for the show, or maybe he's in there as a subpar player, bench guy, I don't know. But 2 prospects behind him in Jed Callaway and Isaiah Rayburn, 2 pitchers that are 18 and 19 years old respectively. Lower overalls right now, don't know where their potentials are at. It would be nice if that was at a glance on this screen. MLB The Show, are you listening? But anyways, ultimately the Yankees get Stephen Kwan for a handful of low-caliber prospects. Wow. If that was all it takes, then why couldn't we get him? Why didn't the game let us know?
Oh, it's shutout loss.
Eek.
Man. That's not good.
No. Well, that's 2 out of 4 down already. The best we can do is split, and hopefully we do not get mopped. And Gavin Stone will be the final wall that we put up to see if we can stop the bleeding here against Mitch Spence. And he has only got 65 innings pitched so far this year, so I don't know if he was, starting late because of an injury, or maybe he was down in the minors and they called him up. Who knows what the situation was, but Spence has not been here since the beginning of the year regardless. You can tell based on his innings pitched. He's got a 3.60 ERA, though, so since he's been here, he's been just fine. How does Game 3 go? All right, a 4-2 win. Let's go.
Wow, at least we avoided the mopping. There we go. DeBon was leading off. We don't have him leading off in any of our lineups,
No.
but the manager decided to put DeBon at leadoff.
Today it worked.
8 hits on the day, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. A double from Jason Dominguez, home run from Nolan Shawnoel. So the RBIs of the day were 2 from Nolan Shawnoel and 2 from Jason Dominguez. And unfortunately, another error from Lawrence Butler. Stolen bases on the day were Mauricio Dubon and Nolan Shawnoel, and Lawrence Butler was caught stealing.
Yeah, and that error from Lawrence Butler also affected the start of Gavin Stone. Luckily for us, it did not affect it in such an adverse way that we didn't pull out the victory. He gets win number 8 off of 6 2/3 innings pitched. Very strong with only 4 hits, 1 run, but again, no earned runs based on that error. 3 walks and only 2 strikeouts, but still a great day on the mound for Gavin Stone. Jose Quijada comes in for the final out of that situation that happened in the 7th, I guess. Ben Joyce comes in to start the 8th and gets 2 outs, but he does give up an earned run off of 2 walks and probably a sacrifice or a ball in play somehow, a force out somewhere maybe. Justin Martinez comes in and picks up the rest of that inning and 2 outs into the 9th inning, I guess it would be. He gets 2 hits and 1 walk, but strikes out 2 and allows no earned run, so he does his job absolutely. But then finally, Hans Kraus comes in for the final out of the game, gets a strikeout and his first save on the year. So his ERA continues to drop. It's now 4.38. What a good moment for Hans Kraus. It's the very final day for us to sign draft picks, and we have finally broken through and signed Ira Burkhart. It took a long time to do it, and we did double his signing bonus from what he wanted, even though his interest was very high. There's just no more room to play around with these, as it's the final day, and if we don't sign him today, they go unsigned and undrafted. So we had to do it, and Ira Burkhart will be an Angel. No way! We maxed out the offer for $5 million. His interest was near 90%, and Geraldo Tavares has declined the round 1 draft pick.
You piece of shit.
I am stunned.
Take your Hot Wheels flame glove and get the fuck out of here.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen that happen. How? He was at, what was it, 88%?
Unbelievable. Yeah, I guess we should have fucking signed him first.
He wanted 3 and we were going to give him 5? I can't believe that just fucking happened.
Kiss my piss. That's our number 1 draft pick.
Oh, that's a disaster.
That'd have been the 4th guy, 5th guy, so fine. But our first draft pick, worst draft ever.
You son of a bitch. So we prevented the mop, but let's see if we can split the series versus the Athletics, who are currently leading the division. It will be Luis Garcia going for his 6th win of the year versus Frankie Montas. Yay! Yeah, that means we split the series with the division leaders. That's awesome.
Oh, look at that. Tom Gregg finally gets some hits.
In the leadoff spot again.
Well, hey, whatever works, I guess. 13 hits on the day, 5 walks, 7 strikeouts. Doubles, Dubon, Dominguez, rushing, and Bazzana with 2. Home run from Tom Gregg. RBIs, 3 from Tom Gregg, 3 from Jason Dominguez, 1 from Nolan Shonowell, 4 from Travis Bazzana.
Ugh.
Errors, Nolan Shonowell and Dalton rushing. Stolen base, Nolan Shonowell.
Nolan's fielding attribute has got to be just a black hole of regression right now. It has to be. He's been so terrible fielding. All right, well, anyways, Luis Garcia puts together 5 2/3 of decent ball off of the mound. He allowed 7 hits, 3 earned runs, but 4 do come across. One of them is certainly based on that error. No walks, then that's really good, though. 4 strikeouts, and his ERA is at a 2.56 now. Ben Joyce gets hold 23 off of just 1 out. He did allow a hit, but he got the final out of the 6th inning, it looks like. Then we bring in Hunter Gaddis, who does get the win today. It is win number 6 for him, off of an inning where he had 1 hit and 1 earned run with 1 strikeout. Victor Gonzalez comes in and has a rare, absolute Chernobyl-level meltdown. 2 outs only, but he allowed 3 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk with only 1 strikeout. Justin Martinez comes in to pick up the pieces and gets save number 30 in the process. He goes an inning and a third, allowing a hit with 1 strikeout, so that's a great game for him, and luckily, the offense was there today. It's time to take a look at our draft picks, and unfortunately, we will not be revealing the numbers for Geraldo Tavares, as he chose not to sign with us, despite almost 90% motivation to sign and a far increased bonus of nearly $5 million where he only wanted $3 million. I've never seen it happen, but our number 1 draft pick did not sign with us. Terrible, absolutely terrible news. And let's see if we can build some positivity out of the rest of it. Our number 2, Ira Burkhart at second base, comes in with a potential of only 68. It is right in the middle of his scouted potential, but a C potential player for our 2nd round pick just does not feel very good. Moving down to Robert Porter. He actually comes in at a pretty good 84 for his potential. That's not bad at all. He is going to start pretty low, though, at only a 56 overall. At first base, it's going to take some work for him to get there, but at least we know the ceiling is quite high. Felix Cisneros, the guy that we discovered, comes in with a 76 potential, but he does start rather high at a 69 overall. And at only 18 years old, there's a lot of room for him to get better and improve despite that lower ceiling with the C rating. But we've seen it in the past too, to where these guys can get their potentials upgraded. So if Cisneros comes in and really starts knocking the stitching off of the ball, we could see him turn into a B potential player. And I'd be very happy about that with our 4th round pick. Now down to the jokes that we drafted. First, it's Booger Eater, 94 potential. So right there in the A potential slot that we hoped for. He does start out as a 53 overall, very low for a 22-year-old. But with that potential, what that tells me is that he could absolutely be trade bait, and we may not need him, especially considering our final pick of this year was Ellis Dukes, and he comes in generational, a 99 overall potential player. Ellis Dukes in our 6th round slot has been drafted, and it's the first generational pitcher that you and I, or player rather, that you and I have ever drafted, right? I'm not wrong on that? 99?
It is. Yeah, we never had a 99 before.
Never had a 99, and unfortunately, he looks like absolute garbage. He's a 50 overall, the lowest out of everybody in the draft class by a few points. He's a second baseman who has got right now no bat, and the vision is very low. The fielding is only at 43. He's terrible everywhere, but he is a generational player. 99 potential for the first time ever. It happens here in year 3 with the Los Angeles Angels, and who knows where Ellis Dukes is going to go.
He's not going to be an Angel.